I wanted to travel first to Malawi, but then South Africa was calling louder. As a Zimbabwean, I was afraid to go to South Africa, but I went to South Africa for the first time and oh boy. For me, I think South Africa has the potential to be the heart of Africa. You guys, the airport is big. There's something unique about South Africa. There are some few things, if they're able to fix those things, we would probably be able, as Africans, we would probably be able to say, wow, if we are talking about Africa, South Africa is the heart of Africa. So it was really difficult for me to buy stuff using the USD, you see, in South Africa. People don't hike. I'm just saying, people don't hike in South Africa. They're afraid maybe probably being robbed. They wait for the taxi. So Vulumuzi has been staying in South Africa for some years. I last saw him in 2015.
Yeah, 2015.
So Vulumuzi actually picked me in Pretoria. What do you call it? Midrand?
Yeah, Midrand.
And,
Road.
And we're to Joburg. And because of traffic, it's going to take us an hour to get there. And Vulumuzi was actually telling me that there is that short distance between Joburg and Pretoria. So people... 64 kilometers. So people... 65 kilometers.
Yeah.
So people will be coming from Joburg, probably coming from Pretoria to Joburg for work. Exactly. That is why there's so much traffic. So if there is so much traffic in the morning like this, what about in the evening? It will be too much.
It will be too much to go to Pretoria.
Oh. Yeah. So guys, this is my first impression of South Africa. As for me, I like it so far. I mean, my first impression of South Africa, it's good. I like the roads. They are well built. How is South Africa for you?
To be honest, for my project, it's the best place to be.
So I've realized one thing, that here in South Africa, the local taxi, there is no conductor that will be conducting everything. And that's one thing that I've realized. I mean, compared to Zimbabwe, where there's a conductor and a driver, here there's only a driver.
Customers, they bring their money in front, and the person who is seated next to the driver is the one who will be counting the money.
So that means if you're not good at math, you don't sit in front.
In fact, it's one of the topics that you can find on social media. There are people discussing that. If you know that you are not good at calculating money fast,
yes,
make sure that you don't sit in front when you're in a taxi in South Africa.
I don't think that's the same strategy can work in Zimbabwe. The reason being that even if there is a conductor, in Zimbabwe we have conductors, but the man still, some others cheat to understand that the conductor collects not enough money from the people. He goes to an extra mile of giving people back their money so that he can see who did not give.
If you do that in South Africa, my brother, the tax will not go. They will park it till all of you.
They will make sure.
Yes.
What is the name of this place?
It's Vanderbijl Park.
Vanderbijl Park.
Yes, close to Vryheid.
What I liked about South Africa is that the roads are good.
Yeah, the road network is good.
Very.
But Namibia, my man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Namibia,
even the dust road, you might not even feel it's a dust road.
Really?
Yeah.
The roads are good.
In fact, if I'm not mistaken, it's number one in Africa.
In terms of infrastructure or road development?
Yes, of course. Namibia is not having a lot of people.
Yes.
Yeah, so there are roads, even if you get into a township, it's nice.
Oh.
It's not top of the notch, but it's nice. In South Africa, road infrastructure is good, but there are other places that there are a lot of potholes. But in terms of smartness,
yes,
even it's rare to find potholes in Namibia. They don't have a lot of roads like South Africa, but their roads, they are always smart.
Okay.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say.
What about Rwanda? I've been told that Rwanda is the cleanest
Yes, I've
country in
heard that.
Africa?
I've never been there.
You have never been there.
But what I'm seeing from social media on internet,
Yes.
they seem to be doing well.
Okay.
They seem to be doing well. Even in planting trees, they seem to be doing that also.
Yeah. Big
You know,
honest.
when I was in college, in
Yeah.
MSU,
Yeah.
some of my guys used to call me Father Africa.
Father Africa.
I love this continent, and okay, the thing that makes me more adventurous like this,
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense to me for a white person to come all the way from UK, wherever.
Yeah.
Then they are able to invest in Africa, any country that they want to invest in, without hassles. But you find me, it's difficult for me to invest in another African country.
Why is it so?
Yeah, that's another thing that I want to fight in my life. My dream, I want to own multi-agricultural projects around Africa.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So you're saying that for a Westerner to come in Africa and invest, it's easier for them to come.
Look at the Chinese guys, what they are doing. They're investing in Africa. Wherever you go to Malawi, you find them. They are there. But it's difficult for you to find a Zimbabwean investing in Malawi.
Very difficult.
I was talking to another politician
Yeah.
who is one of my clients in Malawi.
Yes.
In fact, we are working on another to do it in Malawi together.
Oh.
I was asking him, because he travels the world, to say why it's difficult for an African to invest in another African country. Of course, South Africa, it has made it possible for a lot of people have got properties here, Zimbabweans, Nigerians, in fact, all of everyone around the world. The majority of people have got investments in South Africa. But it's not easy.
Yes.
It's not easy, even in Zimbabwe, Nigerian.
Why?
Then he said to me, no, it's because of policies. Sometimes our African countries, they are not friendly.
So guys, I'm at a mall called Valmo, and look at that. This is a solar system. All of it, like all this shade that you are seeing, it's a solar system. It's amazing. For me, this is amazing. This is beautiful. I was talking about the infrastructure. It's beautiful. I see that people in South Africa love the VW car so much.
Yeah, the polos.
Yeah, I've noticed. So this is what we are talking about. This is a VW cars are everywhere here in South Africa. So when I was at the airport checking in, the lady who was doing the whole thing at the computer, actually asked me, "Is this your first time?" And I said, "Yes, I was with a brother of mine, Gacheni, Buagos. And he was there actually. Oh yes, it's his first time." And then she went on to say, "Oh, if it's your first time, probably you'd want the window seat." And I was like, "Yes, of course." I loved my first time experience flying. I was at the window seat. I was seeing everything when the plane was going like this. And then I did not know that the food is offered for free. You're flying up there, and then they start dishing out food, asking you if you want it. I went on to ask them, "Is this for free?" And she said, yes. I was like, my favorite time. I'm a professional eater. I was full, but at the end of the day, they were giving food for free in the aeroplane. I told myself, like, I'm not just going to reject good food like this. So I accepted and I ate. I enjoyed eating my first meal in the air for the first time. It was amazing. My experience in South Africa was really something else, and I really enjoyed. I met people, and the people that I met there were really, really kind to me. And I started questioning most of the things that are said about South Africa. Yes, a lot happens in South Africa, with immigrants and that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, not all of it is that picture. There is every country has its problems, and South Africa has its problems. And when I went there, for someone who's going there for the first time, for someone who's traveling for the first time outside their country, I was scared. But when I got there, I was even told that, get down in Pretoria and then we pick you there in Pretoria, so that you don't have to go to Johannesburg, like the town of the city of Johannesburg, because it's not safe for first time travelers. They will smell you, they will know that you are new here. So instead of me getting down in Johannesburg, like the CBD, I did get down in Pretoria, and then I had to take an Uber from Pretoria to where I was going. And then at the airport, I loved the food. The food, I bought a $15 meal. I have a brother of mine. I would say Mkoma, because when I look at him, I see him as my mentor, as a brother, like I said, as someone who I look up to. And he told me and asked me, when you were at the airport, did you buy water? And I said, no, I did not buy water. And he said, you should have bought water at the airport. You were going to learn a lesson from that. Probably when I buy it, I'll ask him and I'll tell him. I mean, we're going to talk about it. And another thing that I noticed in South Africa, you guys, you don't hike. The larger percent of you guys who watch my videos, you don't subscribe. So I'm kindly asking if you could subscribe to the YouTube channel. I met a woman at the airport. This woman was coming from America and she recognized me there. And she told me she watches my content, and my content is one of the reasons why she came back, and she's going to be here in Zimbabwe for a month, and she's putting everything in place, a retirement plan. But it was really interesting to meet someone who says, I watch your content, I'm here in Zimbabwe because I'm going to implement some of the things that I've watched from your videos. I've watched from Kundai's YouTube channel, I've watched from Dr. Daniel. So this person, I'm happy that people in the diaspora, they're gathering information from different content creators. It's really amazing to see, honestly, and I was really happy. My last 1 hour 30 minutes at the airport was with that woman, and we went to this place where we bought food, and we were talking about Africa, we were talking about Zimbabwe, we were talking about agriculture, because she's here to do agriculture in Africa. And she said, I want to do things by myself. At first, I want to put everything in place. That is why I'm here for the whole month. It was really interesting to see.